Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, wherever and whenever you are joining us. Welcome to our latest edition of What Caught My Eye, or WCME Sports. As always, I'm your host, the coach Nick Vesci, joined by the boy Stephen Vesci.
What up?
And the man Stephen Comlow.
Hello.
Now, if you're new to our show, we like to think of ourselves as the sports show for sports fans about sports. We like to focus on what happens inside the lines of competition rather than the outside noise which dominates most of our sports rhetoric nowadays. Before we get into our top catch for the evening, just a reminder to follow us on all of our socials. That's on X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat, and Threads at WCME_sports. Our episodes drop every Wednesday at noon on Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio, and all that information can be found on our website, WCMEsports.com. Now, without further ado, we get to our top catch for the evening, and this week we went with the Milwaukee Brewers. If you are not following what they're doing, it's pretty epic at this point.
It's incredible.
So coming into, or after play Monday, let's go with that. After play on Monday, they defeated the Pirates 7-1. That gave them a 10-game winning streak. It's their second 10-game winning streak of the season. They're just the 10th team since divisions were around since 1969 to have multiple 10-game winning streaks within the same season. They are 49-16 in their last 65 games. They've won 25 of their last 29 games. So 25-4, which is just asinine. To give them the best record in baseball, they sit at 74-44, a full 30 games over 500. Christian Yelich leads their team with 22 homers, which are his most home runs in a season since 2019, which was when he was at the height. Boy, I know you remember those two seasons, that MVP season, back-to-back seasons that were nuts. So he's having arguably his best season since then. Jackson Chourio, he's on his way to his second straight 2020 season to start his career as he's hitting .276 with 17 bombs, 18 steals, and 76 RBIs. Drew Vaughn, I'd like to point him out. He was once a highly touted prospect in the Chicago White Sox organization, pretty much exclusively for his bat. Like, I believe when he made his MLB debut, they stuck him in left field because they had nowhere else to put him, but they said, we need your bat in the lineup. And this was when the White Sox had those teams that were pretty decent for those couple years. He was traded from Chicago to the Brew Crew at the trade deadline, and since he's come over, he's hitting .352 with a 1045 OPS, 7 home runs. This is the best one. 29 RBIs in 26 games since he's come over.
I love it because if
Milwaukee.
you look at his totals on the year,
still not
he
good.
only has 12 home runs and 48 RBI, and he's batting .242.
So
yes,
he's just on an absolute
and his OPS
heater.
is 703.
Well,
God,
it's one of those. Yeah, he got out of there, right? I believe WAR-wise, he was minus 1.8 WAR at Chicago, and he's already racked up at least one WAR in his a couple weeks in Milwaukee.
I mean, you'd have to think with numbers like that, right?
What a pickup too, because that was probably a relatively who cares?
Exactly. I mean,
Right.
that's. So I brought it
got
up.
Andrew Vaughn, whatever. Okay.
But that's typical Brewers move, is that they find guys.
We'll throw in an Andrew Vaughn
produce.
sweetener.
I watched their game yesterday, and I watched him safety squeeze.
Yes.
Home run. He almost beat the pitcher to first. I was like, I go up 6-1 in the middle innings, just an extra run. It's beautiful. That was beautiful baseball. I was like, this is awesome. I love it. The Brewers don't hit a lot of home runs. They just put the ball in play, and they steal a lot too. They do. They have a lot of action.
But I'm glad you brought up that safety squeeze, right? Because I saw that too, and I was like almost crying with joy for how beautiful it was. I mean, think about it. We just went over how hot of a hitter this guy is, right? He is arguably their best hitter right now, right? He's on a tear. He's ripping the ball all over the place, and he goes up there and I don't know if I'm sure he was asked to do it. Maybe he did of his own volition. Maybe he did of his own volition, but
I think they do it. I don't think they would.
But whatever it is, regardless of whether he was told to or did it on his own, that just shows the culture of the organization and the team that was that's part of an expectation is, hey, I see this opportunity to get another run across on the board, so I'm going to take it. And it's beautiful because it's an
RBI.
It's the right
does that
baseball,
count?
and
that doesn't count as an at bat, does it? It's a sacrifice,
as
right?
long as it wasn't a double play yet. It's
So
sacrifice
it's
and an
RBI.
RBI.
It's an RBI without even hurting his average.
Correct. But the thing is, we're so into analytics, right? That the analytics will say it's a bad play because he's hitting so well that we want him to swing away, because if he hits the ball in the gap or a home run, you get more than one run, right? Whereas he did something to essentially guarantee a run. And it's like, how many other teams in the league would have done that? Zero. I would say zero. Maybe the Braves, but probably not. Like, I couldn't see Austin Riley going up there and doing that. Pretty much the only team I would think that has a shot. You see Nick Castellanos coming up there deciding to do that.
Absolutely not.
They would be all like, oh, you gotta let him swing away. It's like, but you took a double play out of it, because I believe it was first and third. You eliminated the double play possibility, and you got a run in by doing something that every one of these guys should be able to do.
I remember almost like 8 years ago or something, I like tweeted at MLB Network at Ripken and Dan Plesac of, I think it was like the Pirates shortstop. Yeah, it was terrible. And it was like a clear bunting situation in a late game. Like, oh, just bunt and move him over. Instead, he swings away, strikes out, or hits in a double play, whatever it was. And I was like, I just asked, like, why was he not bunting in this situation? And Ripken was like, Steven, I have no idea. That's a great question. I don't know why he's not bunting in that situation. That was one of the stupidest things I've seen right there.
But what you do bring up illustrates a trend, because again, the not bunting is tied to analytics.
That was the start of it.
Yeah, because it's not that these guys can't. Right? They don't practice it because they're told not to practice it, because the analytics say this doesn't help us because we lose an out, and losing the out is more important than this. But
it's crazy how many analytics we have, all these different crazy numbers and metrics that are advanced metrics and every little situation or whatever. But has there been an analytic to like count stress on a pitcher? Or
well, like,
no,
did you see in the Athletics game the other day? The Athletics game the other day where they laid down, what was it, like 3 or 4 bunts in a row? And
I love it. It's coming back.
They just kept bunting to move runners over and score runs. I think they scored, was it 3 or 4 runs in a row off of bunts, and off of all of those bunts there was only 1 out, because like they couldn't feel the pitcher or the third baseman couldn't field the ball cleanly or couldn't make the throw. There was no force out at home and the throw was offline, so they couldn't get the tag at home. Like, analytics, you're right, Stevie. Analytics doesn't account for the stress of the moment.
Pressure on defenses is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
And this, right? Offense doesn't practice it a lot. Well, that means the defense doesn't practice it a lot.
Stop moving your mic. It's like a dog.
Your cord is.
No, Stevie, you're right.
Yes, is this better?
God, this is worse.
I just moved it again.
This is worse. Jesus. So you bring up a great point about there's no quantitative data about stress, right? That these are all things that you can't put a number on, but analytics are best used when they are combined with feel, right? In things that you can't quantify, which Pat Murphy, the manager of the Brewers, is fantastic at. That's why I think the Braves would be a team that could do it, because Snitker is fantastic at combining those things as well and doing some things off of feel. You have to be able to look at things and decide, okay, just because the numbers say this, the numbers, yes, are there that for a reason, but they don't tell the whole story. Like an example, I was watching the Yankees game last night, and Will Warren was pitching fantastic, right? Kid gave him the longest start they've had in like a month, right? Went into the 7th inning, 6 2/3. He got pulled after he gave up his second solo home run in 2 innings, right? The game was 3-2 at that time. And he gave up his home run on a curveball that kind of didn't break that much to a lefty, and it just dropped the barrel on the ball, and ball went into the right field stands. And Joe Girardi was like, well, I don't mind the pitch selection. He's a good fastball hitter. It just wasn't executed, this, and this. And I was like, you know what, though? Like, that's classic Girardi. Like, that's what got him canned from his 2 managerial jobs, is he managed too much through the spreadsheet of, well, he's a fastball hitter, so I have to throw him a curveball. But if you watch that at-bat and the previous at-bat, that hitter, I believe it was Trevor Larnach, was having trouble catching up to Will Warren's fastball, especially when it was high and away. And then he had worked him into a 3-2 count. And I was sitting there going, throw him a high fastball because he's not going to hit it. I was like, don't throw him a breaking ball because this was going to happen. And sure enough, that's what happened. But again, the spreadsheet tells you this, but you have to go by feel. And we're too blinded by the numbers because, again, they exist for a reason. Because simulations or percentages say, well, it does this X percent of the time, but
Yeah,
percentages are just that they're fractions of 100, which means they're not guarantees.
Well, also think about too with the bunting that we're talking about. A lot of guys that are being drafted now are shortstops, and we want better athletes, and the game's getting faster. Like, we're getting freakier athletes, not just big home run hitters, guys that sit in the corner outfield or DH or whatever. No, we're getting legit athletes. Well, you bunt and you put pressure on it, and you can turn that bunt into a triple.
Well, and
real quick.
The other part of that, like you just said, you're signing guys essentially. Oh, this guy played shortstop or center field, and we're going to sign him, move him around. That means when you bunt to a third baseman, most of these teams, their third baseman didn't play third base his whole life, right? So this guy is out there, not like Matt Chapman, who's done this a million times, or an Arenado or a Machado, right? These great defensive third basemen. A lot of these guys are out there, again, in all those positions, have not necessarily been at that position. That second baseman probably hasn't been at that second base position forever, right? Does he know where he's supposed to go?
No, last time that guy played second base was probably Little League.
Yes. And then he grew a little
minors, bit. I guess.
And yeah, right. So you bring up a good point, or you're on the flip side of your point, right? Yes, we have the better athletes now, but we got guys in positions that they haven't been playing really that long. Then they're able to do it because of how good of an athlete they are, but in a bunt situation, which is a very nuanced thing, those are really difficult. They practice them all the time, I'm sure, in spring training.
Spring training was a long time ago.
Exactly, and they're pretty complex. Right? There's so many different things you can do on a bunt, and it depends where the bunt goes, where the runners are, what bases. There's so much into it. So you put so much
are there
pressure
numbers and analytics for when the weather gets colder in October and the ball may not be traveling as far? I mean, depending on whose ballpark you're in.
I know I can say for certain there's analytics for the different ballparks. I can confirm.
But what Stevie's point, I think, is it going well because the temperature is 45 degrees and we're in Detroit and it's first and third with one out, that in October I should bunt as opposed to I should swing away, because they don't have that. They don't have an analytic for that. They have an analytic for the situation as a whole across baseball. They don't have it of, oh, well, when it is, October 15th and it's 48 degrees and overcast in Detroit, this is a better play.
Yeah, so let's say Detroit's playing the Yankees, right? In like the ALDS or whatever it is.
And Jazz Chisholm's up. And he should bunt
second.
But yeah.
And he should bunt, but it's the Yankees, and they go, well, we want to swing away. Well, Detroit's a deep ballpark for 1, 2, it's 40 degrees out in late night October.
And this guy's from the Bahamas.
But your analytics department will say the better play is for him to swing away and try to hit a home run.
Baseball does have analytics for weather. It's called WAM, Weather Applied Metrics, and they've integrated it into StatCast in recent years. WAM provides real-time wind and weather data using computational fluid dynamics modeling to quantify the impact of weather conditions on ball flight and player performance. So it is a thing that exists.
All right, but is it gonna, like, I guess again to Stevie's point, is it gonna tell like manager who's doing things through the spreadsheet that it's a better decision to bunt this player than have him swing away?
So they have a section for impact on performance. Weather data is used to understand how wind, temperature, and humidity affect batted ball distance, especially home runs and even pitcher performance. So I would say yes.
Do you trust it? I haven't heard Wham.
I've
heard Woba thrown out more than Wham. I haven't heard Wham talked about since
Wham make it big.
George Michael and Careless Whisper. Thank you for that.
MLB.com. These ballparks and players were most impacted by weather, and they have a whole thing. Were impacted most by weather, and there's a big article dated back from February 7th of this year. Their like opening line, you don't remember Stu Miller, but you should, in 1961 pitching in an All-Star game at his home field of Candlestick Park. The Giants righty was hit by a gust of wind so strong, the story goes, that he was blown right off the mound. And then they called him for a balk.
It's funny. Just like the thunder and lightning balk, was that I think
Yeah.
that was the Tides.
Yeah. But
Which I think
bring
that's
up a
bullshit
baseball
because the batter
physicist,
steps
Dr.
out
Alan
if
Nathan.
you watch that.
Yeah. So no, it is a thing. Now, how often it's used, obviously, I don't think anyone in here could answer that question, but it is.
I've never heard it.
It is a metric that is used.
But yeah, I still raise the question though: is that metric going to tell?
Until I hear John Smoltz on the broadcast go, and according to Wham, this guy here should not be swinging for the fences.
Well, you're over
there.
Getting your tweets shouted out by Ripken and the boys. Why don't you go ahead and start firing some tweets out and start asking about the weather metrics?
Well, because I feel like that metric still isn't going to. It's still whether to bunt is up to a manager. That's a managerial coaching decision, and so that even that metric might just say, well, because of weather and player performance, the likelihood of a home run here is less. But it would probably still say because of the sabermetrics involved with outs and like giving away an out, right?
The benefit of possibly getting a home run
or just a double, right, or
Yeah.
a single, right? They would say you're probably better to swing away. And that's where that managerial, that feel comes in, that Pat Murphy is great at and Brian Snicker's great at, is that feel of when to push the right button at the right time.
Did you see Pat Murphy? I forget, the pancakes like 10 games ago or whatever, brought out pocket pancakes. It's like pocket dogs. Brought out pocket pancakes.
He's food in his pockets during games.
And they haven't lost since he brought those out.
Yep. They started selling them at the stadium.
Yeah.
Pocket
American
pancakes.
Family Field.
What is it?
Yeah,
just like a little like
pancakes.
silver dollar pancake? Or are
Yeah,
we talking like
bigger.
full-sized flapjack?
A full-size flapjack in his pocket. He's pulled out just
That's
eating.
nuts.
And during the interview, hey, you want a bite?
I don't
Pocket
think I
dog.
could get away with smuggling flapjacks.
Yeah. A couple other things about the Brewers. On their active roster right now, they have one pitcher with an ERA over 3.45.
That's
in 7 pitchers with an ERA under 3. Their back end of their bullpen consists of Shelby Miller, one-time big prospect who's been traded several times, finding his place back end of a bullpen, 1.88 ERA. Abner Uribe, 1.92 ERA, and closer Trevor McGill with 2.20 and 28 saves this season.
The Brewers just produce closers. Like, was it Hader, Devin Williams?
Yep.
And now McGill.
Yeah. Well, they do a good job of, harnessing the full potential of their pitching staffs, right?
Yeah.
Corbin Burns was at his best when he was in Milwaukee, right? You think of some of these guys that come through here, like a Freddie Peralta, who, didn't used to throw.
They have Quintana now.
Yep. Jose Quintana is a very underrated player. He's produced, for the most part, everywhere he's pitched, and he's been all over the place, so he's pitching well, right? They do a good job of that. The Mizorowski, whatever you want, the Miz, the big tall pitcher, throws 102. He's currently, I believe, on the injured list, but he's been great when he's been up, right? So they've always done a good job of developing pitching and finding pitching in different ways. Their issue was always offense, because we talked about this before. You got to pay for offense for the most part. Like, it's very rare that you find a team
Yelich
made up of
down a little bit.
He's been injured. He's just straight up injured. Like Don Mattingly injured. Like, he's hurt his back, and that's what happened to Mattingly. Is he hurt his back and never was the same. And he's still not producing like he was those couple years where he was just arguably the best player in the world.
His OPS is an 8.
Yeah, no, as I said, he's still not where he is, but he's still doing better. It's all back. Like, that's his issue, and it's going to plague him for as long as he keeps playing. And that was what happened to Donnie Baseball. But they've always had pitching. Their issue's always been, can they get enough hitting where they're going to get it from? Because they haven't been willing really to like invest in these guys, because oftentimes you wind up overpaying if you're trying to get like a mid-level guy, right? But this year, like I said, the Andrew Vaughn, great pickup. Yelich, Jackson Chourio, Sal Frelick, my boy, is leading their team in average, like hitting 291. Isaac Collins has been great when he came up. They just got all these different. Bryce Terang's hitting almost 280.
Yeah, like Bryce Terang.
Impeccable defense and incredible speed. They have all these different great pieces that complement each other really well. They got righties, they got lefties. They have the speed, they have the defense, and what they're doing is, like you said, they're putting the ball in play hard. That's the key. It can't just be like little, just dinky ball. They're putting the ball in play hard with their speed. They're causing issues. They steal a lot of bases. They play great defense, and they pitch obviously really well. When you combine that pitching, because if the pitching wasn't good, this would all be for naught. When you combine that pitching, they become lethal. One last thing
what
here.
Milwaukee should do in the when they get to the postseason, let's just open the roof. Freezing cold. All
did you
pitching.
see the other day the rain that
the rain was coming
through the roof?
Yeah,
the roof was closed and the rain was so brutal. They had such bad flooding in Wisconsin that it was coming through the roof. It was crazy.
I love
So
a
they've
good
made the
video
playoffs.
of
Milwaukee
dome
has
collapsing.
7 of the last 8 years, including 4 division titles in that span. If they win the Central this year, which it looks like they might, it'll be their 3rd straight NL Central crown, which is amazing for a team that they almost are never projected to win that division. In fact, coming into this year, per ESPN's projections, they were projected to have an 80-82 record. Last year, they were projected to have a 79-83 record, and yet they're on the verge of their 3rd straight NL Central title. And
doubt them.
What is
no
that?
Win.
Fifth in 8 years, 9
doubt
years?
them.
I don't know when like ESPN or some of these writers will learn that it's not just your roster talent that controls your wins and losses. I mean, we talked about how many guys come in there and go. Andrew Vaughn comes in and now he's raking, right? Your pitching staff, your guys in the back end of the bullpen that have been in other places, now they're under like sub 2 ERAs. Like there's something to be said about the coaching and the way the team plays and their culture that
organizational culture, top to bottom.
Yeah, so it happened. This happens all the time in just about every sport. I mean, the AP preseason top 25
are a
poll
great
just
example
came
of that in the NBA.
Yeah, the preseason top 25 just came out in college football. How many of those teams are going to stay in the top 25? There's probably 15 of them that are so overrated that ridiculous.
Speaking of ESPN, the best part about that, our friend Paul Feinbaum, of course, what do you think he said when that came out? Ohio State's ranked too high, of course, a Big Ten team, and Alabama is ranked too low. And I just started laughing.
Yeah, the defending national champion.
The shtick is
it
too
never
much.
ends. It never ends. It's so the politicking is so ridiculous.
Let's even the odds.
The preseason didn't want to get on a tangent, but the preseason poll should just be defending national champion, who was Ohio State, and then everyone else. That's it. That should be the preseason poll.
It's like, oh my god, like what is like Alabama's lucky that Alabama's only in the top 10. Let's just this tangential point here.
Why?
Because they're Alabama, they shouldn't.
Texas A&M. Why are they in there? Someone's got to explain that to me. There's several teams where you go, the team was terrible last year. Why?
What was A&M's record? I thought
not
they
great.
Got 9 wins. Did they not?
What 4 of them came against Cupcakes?
Well, yeah. I mean that's the game. You got to play now.
That is the game.
That's why Indiana chickened out playing UVA.
I agree
the
with
next couple
Signetti.
years.
I agree with Signetti 100%.
This is the game. It behooves any team trying to make the playoff, behooves them to get rid of that outside power conference foe and replace it with a cupcake, because
Texas A&M went a solid 8-5, and now I don't even know who the hell their quarterback is. They did add one of my favorite players with Concepcion. It's the guy from who is it? From Duke, wasn't it?
But yes, Mike Elko.
Okay,
yeah. He's a good coach.
No, I like him. I
don't have that big of an issue with that, because I think he is a very good coach, and I think because of his defensive mindset, that kind of reins in some of the.
Here's another one.
Stuff.
Why is Auburn in the top 25?
Auburn.
Why not?
War Damn Eagle, baby.
Yeah.
They went a whopping 5-7 last year.
War Damn.
Let's rank them in the top 25 because they have 4-star and 5-star recruits. Florida. Why is Florida there?
SEC.
It gets to be comical. And then they go, well, the SEC is the hardest conference schedules because of this, because we preseason ranked them.
Talking about that, I'm sure you saw the hilarious statistic. UVA is the only Power 4 team in the entire country who doesn't have a single ranked team on their schedule.
And because of that, they may go to a bowl game this year.
Yes. Yep. It means they have a shot at 6 wins. Woo! Wahoo-wah. Go Hoos. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm on the Signetti philosophy.
he
why
is right.
play a hard conference or out of conference? You see, SEC gets away with 4 cupcakes every year. Yeah, you have the random like LSU, Clemson, or A&M, Notre Dame game or whatever it is, or Florida, Miami, but for the most part, you get 4 cupcakes.
Yeah, most of those teams are. Yeah,
and you get a November bye. That's the big thing. I get to reset my team before my most important game. That's absurd. And then their schedule is such a gauntlet. Fuck you.
We digest.
Yeah. Sorry. Tangent.
As we move on, anything else about the Brewers?
We were talking about the Brewers. That's right.
Maybe about Bernie Mac getting his 2000th hit. Oh, that was a couple years ago. Sorry,
Bernie Mac. All right.
No. Yeah. All right. We're gonna move on now to our 3 strikes for the evening. Who would like to give us strike 1?
You want me to go?
Well, do that again.
You like the transition?
Yeah. Strike 1. Huh.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Because
I'm most excited about yours, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, I could use some help because I watched about 2 hours of it because it's the only sporting event I watched since I was at.
Then I'm just going to go ahead and say
Shore.
It's bullshit that you took that from me.
Now, I have a bunch of stuff written down for this too as well, so just go, boy.
Yeah, let's
Anyway, Justin Rose ends up winning in playoff. I believe they went 3 holes in this
Great
playoff.
year for Rosie.
Yeah, he's 45 years old. He had a late charge. He was holding off 2 major champions from this year. And then we saw the Tommy Fleetwood meltdown again, which is just
heartbreaking at this
cringy.
point.
Yeah, it's
No, I'm
sucks.
past. I'm heartbreak on Tommy Fleetwood. It's so hard to watch. Like, I just don't get it. I legitimately don't get it.
He was on a roll, and it was like, wow, Scotty. Like, even Scotty didn't have a great couple holes there. Like, you're past Scotty. You cleared him. It's yours. And then he just falls apart.
It's so hard to watch Tommy do this Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. Like, I legitimately don't know what to think or what to feel about it, just because like he's an amazing golfer who like should have a bunch of wins. He should have as many wins as anyone else on tour right now.
He has a bunch of European Tour wins, but he has never won on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, the European Tour
like
wins are the equivalent
block.
to Corn Ferry wins in my mind.
The
fields are never as strong. It's a Corn Ferry win, but like to see him collapse Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday so many times now, like I legitimately just have to chalk it up and say this guy does not have the dog in him. He's not a finisher.
I feel like once he gets one,
he's a starter car.
He might go on a little roll. But yeah, I agree with you. The killer instinct is not there. I mean, you have to close that out. There's zero excuse not to close that out.
100%.
I know Rose went on a charge, but
yeah, I mean
it was all you.
Yes, he did. It feels like another collapse, but again, in his defense, Justin Rose birdied 4 of his final 5 holes, birdied 6 of his last 8, shot at 31 on the back 9, right? And JJ Spawn played really well, so he forced that playoff with Spawn.
Hell of a year for JJ Spawn.
You know, so it's like
hell of a year.
You know how much of it is a collapse that like because it's not like Fleetwood finished 6 strokes back. Well, he finished
Fleetwood
1 stroke back, right?
Be in that playoff. He
should have.
There were several shots where he was on
shots.
Fleetwood was on a roll too, and then all of a sudden it's one after the other, and it's like what happened?
But I will say again, if you just look at his scores, I believe he shot 64, 63, 69, 69. When you look at that, it's like hard to say that, he
but
showed,
it's all,
but you're right.
But
when you watch those last few holes, it's like, come on, man, you had it on your club.
But like, I think it's easy to say when you can see the numbers that any golfer is putting up. Akshay shot a 62 on Thursday. Like, and nothing against Akshay. I love watching him play, and I nothing but respect for the game. I mean, at this point, this event is the top 70 golfers in the PGA Tour, right? So there is a lot of like talent there. There's a lot of depth there. There's a lot of like star-studdedness there. But Like, to see guys that are towards the bottom of that top 70 going low, like, you got to do better. You got to do better.
Well,
And
the
like,
cream did rise.
no, I mean, and
We're
again,
all
this is
about
not to take
rising
anything away.
cream
This
here.
is not to take anything away from Justin Rose or JJ Spawn. Like I said, hell of a year for both of them. I mean, JJ Spawn's going to is on the Ryder Cup. Justin
Nick
Rose,
clinched
I
it.
mean, is showing you
Justin
that
Rose clinched it too.
old dudes can still get it done, right? I mean, this is a guy who
Justin Rose has got some
this is a
fire.
guy who was recruited and like talked, like LIV Golf approached him and offered him like an insane amount of money and he turned it down, and we're seeing why. Like, because he can still get it done. I love Justin Rose, and watching the year that he's had, it's been a fun ride to see Rose do
He's
this.
45. He became the second oldest winner of a playoff event. Who's the oldest winner of a playoff event?
Phil?
I'd have to think Phil.
No.
Then go Jack.
Yeah.
I don't think this wasn't
Ernie.
around then.
Good point.
Jack Nicklaus. No, Vijay Singh.
Okay.
Vijay Singh, I believe, won 2 events when he was slightly older than Rose by like a couple months. But it's Rose's second ever playoff event when his other one came in 2011, which goes to, kind of your point, Kamala, of that he's still playing extremely high quality golf.
Yes.
14.
Say what you want about his like setup and the practice swings that he takes and like the stuff that he does prior to addressing the ball. I don't care. That shit works.
Also, there was one other thing that caught my eye during this was the mid playoff changing of the hole.
Yes, that was cool.
That was cool.
There's a little pressure in the maintenance crew there.
Dude, imagine the pressure on the maintenance crew, but you got to think that like there's also some pressures on the caddy there too, because like
True,
the caddies have to be the one to know, right?
I mean, I'm assuming they
What's the number now?
tell them,
Yeah.
right? Like, hey, we're going to this.
We're going to like day
spot.
1 pin location, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty cool to see. I think something else that was really eye-catching out of this, and again, like for the past like 2-3 weeks now, I've always like related everything golf back to Ryder Cup implications, is Ricky fucking Fowler, dude. His result here pushes him into the BMW, so he's qualified for next week. It pushed him inside of the top 50, and granted, like top 50 is still like a long way away from like looking, but last week Nick and we were talking, getting hot at the right time matters. So if Ricky Fowler keeps like lingering around the top of that leaderboard, like you got to think that it's playing on Keegan's mind a little bit.
I will say though, after next week is when the Ryder Cup points stop. So
Correct.
This is the last chance. If Ricky wins next week, I think that's the only scenario where it becomes an interesting conversation, because that top 50, you also have to remember, is not just Americans, right?
Correct.
So wherever he would be relative to the other Americans, especially if he wins, that would be, you're right, that opens up another discussion, because we talked about too how currently the people who are on the Ryder Cup team it's very inexperienced.
Yeah, you have JJ Spawn, Russell
Cups.
Henley, and Harris English automatically qualify. They do not have any prior Ryder Cup experience. With the event this week, let's go ahead and just do a quick Control F for Fowler. Fowler jumps up 6 spots, so he's still pretty far down there. He's top 50 for BMW in terms of American rankings for Ryder Cup. The moving up 6 spots puts him up to 37. So he's still a ways down there, but again,
a ways down.
Yeah.
If he wins, that's the thing. If he wins, where does he jump up to? Because we talked about how
it's
Chris
double.
Goddard
It's double points if you win in the playoffs.
Like Chris Goddard jumped way up there after he had his nice couple weeks in the UK. I mean, someone like Andrew Novak is currently like 12th, I think, and Ben Griffin. Like those are guys that like I wouldn't even be able to pick them out, but I know them because I follow golf and sports, right? Those guys are only up there because they've won an event this year. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right? So if Ricky were to win...
Akshay jumped up 5 spots, too. Akshay's 20th now.
I mean, Ricky at 36, if he's to win and jumps up to, like, 18, that puts him in consideration.
Because typically it's like, what is it? It's like like 1,200 points for a win, or no, it's 500 points, 500 FedEx Cup points for a regular win. But in playoffs, you get double that, I think, or maybe
it's also not a 1-to-1. I don't think with FedEx Cup points.
No, it's
not because there's certain criteria for Ryder Cup points that are different. That's why DeChambeau, I think, sits at number 6 currently.
Yes. He's 5.
But Keegan Bradley said he will be on the team regardless, which is the right move, because if he's able to be that high and not playing any of these other events that give him stuff, like that means he would have easily been.
We only have 3
before.
players. So, yeah, like you said, Nick, the points for Ryder Cup stop next week after the BMW up in Maryland. There are 3 players that are statistically locked in, and that's Scotty, Spawn, and Schauffele are locked in for the 1, 2, and 3 spot. Russell Henley, Bryson, and Harris English, their spots are still kind of up in the air because
they're virtually locks.
Yeah, but if Justin Thomas wins or Morikawa wins, that's another like 2,000 points that push them up above one of them. So there's a chance one of them gets knocked down. There's a chance that all 3 of them can get knocked down depending on how the leaderboard shakes out next week. But yeah, if you're Captain Keegan, there's a lot of stuff to be thinking about in terms of your captain's pick.
Especially him as well.
Yes,
because he said he didn't plan on picking himself unless he automatically qualified, but he sits, I think, 10th right now.
He's 10th.
And I believe Ricky and Cantlay both came out and said, if I were the captain, I'd be picking him just based off of impartial observation of like how well he's playing.
It's experience versus how well it's experience plus the results he's been stringing together lately.
Yeah. So I think that is a big storyline to watch as well going into next week is where does he wind up finishing in the standings, and is he going to use a captain's pick on himself if he would need it and doesn't finish inside the top 6?
Before we transition out of this, I do have a question for you guys, because I've always wondered this. I've never paid attention enough to golf to really understand it.
The answer is no.
Yep. What do the FedEx playoffs, like, what does it mean?
Nothing.
Can you walk me through what this is?
So basically, kind of like how NASCAR, you earn points like for your results throughout each race.
But I always thought there was like a FedEx, like there's like a last tournament where like whoever the number 1 player is accumulated so many, and they start like minus.
No,
10
so they got rid of
that this year.
They got rid of that.
So basically,
the Scotty Scheffler effect.
Yeah, it'll be a true tour championship where all the people that get to that start level playing field, and whoever wins. But you accumulate all these.
So we continue the score from this last week. Is that what happens?
Yeah. So your points keep accumulating the whole time. You know, they were showing, like Kamala was saying, like essentially the cut line to make it to next week. You have to be inside the top 50 in points after this event. So those points are accumulated. So it's not top 50 on the leaderboard. It was top 50.
No, Stevie's talking about. I think he's talking about like his strokes to par.
Yes.
No, so it's a clean slate next week.
All of it is.
Everyone starts even on Thursday.
Race. Like a NASCAR race, everyone starts and goes and starts at the same time, does the same number of laps. Yeah. Everyone starts at a tournament, and wherever you finish points wise.
So it's just you just accumulate. I got you.
You're still accumulating points. Yeah.
I got it.
So you theoretically could finish 25th in that tournament, but your points put you outside of, because you hadn't accumulated enough up to that point, it puts you on the outside looking in, and you're done.
It's pretty much the catch-all. The big thing now is like outside of Ryder Cup, right? So if you're not taking like your Ryder Cup standing into consideration, right? Like Scotty Scheffler is going to get a massive bonus for being the number 1 ranked golfer. And then there's other like incentives that go along with it. But like in terms of your FedEx Cup points, it's pretty much Ryder Cup now, right? Because last year the incentive was the higher up you were on the FedEx Cup leaderboard dictated how many strokes to par you started under in the finals.
Right.
Yeah, and then which is stupid.
Yeah,
but you also win
stupid.
A shit ton of money if you win that final tournament.
It's the biggest payout.
I think it's like 15 million.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's something ridiculously stupid like that.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to give us strike 2?
I'll go ahead and give you the heater. So
where's the?
I'm trying to get it. Shut up. There we go. I talked through it. I like that. I'm gonna pepper that in.
Thank you.
So, like I was telling you guys prior to pressing that beautiful record button that I have all the control over, I was struggling to think about what to talk about for this week. And I think it's because, like, outside of the St. Jude's Championship, I was struggling to find something to watch this week. I watched some of the Little League World Series for baseball and softball. I glanced at some preseason games, and I was originally going with why do I care? Why do I care about preseason football? And I'm sure different people have different answers, but really the answer should be you don't care about preseason football.
Because you have a gambling addiction, and this is the only thing that gets you off.
Yeah.
You want to
Right.
get off with me.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you.
The finger, is that what did it?
off.
Oh, yeah.
But I think
Got no conviction, Vinegar.
I think the thing that caught my eye the most was when I was playing marbles with my parents and my wife down at Smith Mountain Lake this weekend, and was just looking to have something on in the background, and we're all just kind of drinking, having a good time, playing some table games. And I found some ESPN 8 The Ocho reruns, and it was fantastic. It was so entertaining. I started off by watching the Pop Dart Championship. You've got Stevie, I know you know what Pop Darts is because I think we had it at our like housewarming party. It's like the suction cup darts that you can throw onto the table, and then it's like a matter of
Yes. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
They had a
Yep.
Pop Darts Championship, and then that bled into like, you know, like the basketball hoops that you guys had in your basement, right? They had we'll call them like the Dave and Buster's hoops. I don't know what the actual title is. They had Dave and Buster's
shot.
hoops, probably. They had Dave and Buster's hoops championship. And then I was like,
Well, before you go any
Yeah.
further, remember that time in Austin, Texas that was
Yeah.
in a bar, and you came up to me and said, "I bet you $1 or whatever that I'll beat you." And I was like, "Comlo, I'm gonna smoke your ass. You have no idea."
And I took Nick's dollar.
No, I think I tripled your score.
They used to have that in big times in Morgantown.
Yeah.
Me and Austin used to
But,
play that all the time.
So they had so then I was like, what is going on here? So I stepped away from Dirty Marbles to a second to look at like what is on the queue. What do we have to look forward to next? And let me tell you the lineup that we had. Then we had the Golden Tee World Championships,
Yes,
which
hell
is
yeah.
literally just video games. There was the Microsoft XL Championships. There was the US Open Ultimate Frisbee Championships. We had corgi races, the Ninja World Series, tractor pulling, axe throwing, foot golf, speed chess, slippery
golf is
stairs. It was
Slippery stairs.
Yes, it was so
Did they
much
have the-
fun.
Did they have the electrician one? Because that one's
Probably.
awesome.
So
The
this
electrician
led
one's
me to
good.
look up.
Remember the bus race? The bus race is sweet.
Yes. So I ended up looking up like what their schedule was on ESPN's website, and like the lineup of stuff that they have is incredible. The roller hockey league, they had a famous YouTuber's like streamer games where he puts on pretty much like a pentathlon of different like YouTube streamers. They had roof ball, whatever that is, the World Dog Surfing Championships. Like this stuff is peak entertainment. They had High Ally, and I actually legitimately
The
enjoy
most
watching.
dangerous game.
Yes, I enjoy
Did you
watching
gamble at
High
all?
Ally. No, I didn't gamble on
Isn't that
any-
like the
at
most
all.
like gambled upon
Yes.
game or something?
Yeah.
It's all fixed.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be, right? I mean that's
And
a
the
Brazilian sport, right?
Pelota is like a brick of limestone.
Dude, it
Yeah,
was
it'd kill you.
it was so much fun to watch, and like I legitimately felt like I felt so many things. One, I felt like I was a little kid again, like watching the most obscure things. And then like at like 2 a.m. they showed dodgeball, right? Which is like the culmination and like
They
the
always-
pioneering
yep, they
of all
always
this.
do.
Yeah. And then they have I mean, real quick, just to go back real quick before I start talking about my feelings. They also were showing Banana Ball. So they had all the Savannah Bananas games that were on there too, which is kind of cool. But I mean, I felt like a little kid again. Like this was fun. This was like watching a bunch of people at like a Chuck E. Cheese or a Dave and Buster's for the most part playing games that everyone can play, right? Really, I mean, if we're being honest, most of these don't take any athletic ability at all.
Some athletic.
We used to watch these every week that we went to the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
This was
It's a
it would
perfect
always come
place
on
to
and we'd watch it, and then
something
we
like
like
that.
we just sit there and drink and then watch dodgeball afterwards.
See, you guys timed your family vacation so much better than ours because we would always go to the beach during Shark Week. It's terrifying.
Whoa, did you have less crowds?
It was terrifying. Probably.
I do have a question for you guys since we just got back from the shore, and you a Jersey person as well. There,
Come on.
would you rather have a
No.
New York / New Jersey bagel sandwich or a Southern biscuit sandwich?
Bagel
Like
sandwich.
breakfast sandwich.
Bagel.
Yeah, I would go bagel.
No bagel, no bagel,
Yeah.
no bagel, no bagel.
No bagel, no bagel.
Yeah, you gotta go
I would
bagel.
bagel as well.
Because, like, in my experience, like, it's more like the bagels from up north are so special and unique that, like, the places outside of, like, Jersey, New York, that area,
Can't get them.
Unless you go to Charlottesville, and you go to Bodo's.
can, it's a
the only place.
huge
Yes.
deal. There's a place in
That's why Bodo's
there's a place in
makes
the
their
outer
nut by 7 a.m.
There's a place in the Outer Banks that has water from New York shipped in to make New York bagels, and they're fantastic.
What is it? Because we're about to go there.
I'll look it up and find it for you.
I think we
All
might
right.
have been there.
It was, dude. I mean, there was a pastry shop that's literally like right next to us. They started selling bagels that they got from Atlantic City and bagel sandwiches, and oh my god, unbelievable!
Well,
I
so
was like, this.
what-
Get
my
the,
one-
get the Taylor
couple
ham if you
thing-
see it.
It's pork roll. It's
roll.
pork roll in the southern Jersey Shore. So
It's
I was eating
Taylor
some
ham.
pork roll, egg and
Jordan's
cheese.
dad actually calls it, I believe, Taylor pork roll. So he calls it both.
Wow,
And
pick
that's-
a
come on.
side, Jim.
The Petersburg.
Come on,
Petersburg.
Pick
They
a
say that-
side. No,
pick a
that's
side.
that's
So-
Taylor ham, baby.
Part of why I would rather have a bagel sandwich is I personally think it's easier to eat.
I agree with you.
It's like physically
100%.
easier to
Yeah,
hold and it
biscuits
stays
are-
together.
Or crummy.
They crumble, and
Yes.
the bagel's normally bigger because it's hard to make a biscuit that size.
It's cleaner.
And-
It's easier.
Yeah, and the biscuit normally has like all that butter and stuff, which don't necessarily I always like, or
I do
my
love the
stomach
southern-
isn't
You
always
get more
Southern
textures
to
out
it,
of a
but
bagel too.
Egg
I
and
feel like.
chicken biscuit.
It's
I do
delicious.
love.
Bagels
go
don't
to
dry
like
your
a
mouth out
Bojangles,
either.
get a nice Bojangles breakfast biscuit,
Oh, a Bowberry
Well, I mean,
biscuit.
there's
a Bo Bear, all
the
that.
fancy biscuit. In
Yeah, so
Richmond.
it's not shitting on it, but
Fantastic.
I would rather to have a bagel because it's easier to eat. I think it's easier to put the stuff on it that you like,
Mhm.
and it's normally bigger. And I like the contrast and the textures. You have that
Chew.
soft into the
Yeah.
chew
Mhm.
that they'll
you
Guy
get a
will
little,
always talk about.
toast underneath there. You get the chew.
Can I give you
Yeah,
the
they-
best bagel sandwich hack that I've picked up in my 33 years?
Put the hash brown in there.
No, I mean, yes, but no. So my hack is, and this, so like, say you're making it at home, right? You do your egg, your cheese, whatever breakfast meat you want. For me, it's Taylor ham or a sausage patty. And then, like, typically that's not enough to fill me up, but then another bagel sandwich is way too much. So what I do is on that bagel sandwich, I do like half a smear of cream cheese. So it's cream cheese and a slice of cheese sandwich. We're rocking and rolling. We're blitzing all night, baby.
Blitzing all. I could see that. I could
Mhm.
see that being good.
There you
I
go.
like the hash brown inside.
That's a good one. I do that when if I get breakfast at Wawa, because you can make a meal with your coffee, breakfast sandwich, and a hash brown.
There was a place in northeast Pennsylvania that the bagel basket. It was
Wawa.
Lehigh's hangover spot is what they called it.
Hell yeah.
And their bagel sandwiches were so good, and they would put. It was like secret menu. You have to ask for the hash brown inside.
Nice.
Game changer.
But since we're shouting these places out, they have to mention the best place, which is Bodo's Bagels in Charlottesville. With their 3 locations, they make their nut after like an hour each day. Like
Tell me where to
they're
jizz so
so
I can make her
efficient,
drink.
and
Taco made his nut.
It's better than
and the
busting a
reason
nut.
it is so legit is not because of people that we know who have traveled far and wide to get it because they've come and had it so good. It's the people who are not from here, who are from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, who have said this is more
is
than
legit.
legit. Like this, like even my friends went, they got lox and bagels, or bagels and lox, sorry. and they're like, their locks are even legit. Like, this is legit, really good. This
So is it
matches
a-
up with the
Jewish-
stuff.
Jewish bagel? Because there's one in
No.
Richmond now called Baltics that's
No, I don't think it is.
really good.
But the one thing that you hear complaints on, that they don't toast stuff. They will not toast your bagel. Which,
Interesting.
but
Which
the
I-
chew you have on the bagel, it like you don't need it. Like their bagels are that good,
a
and they do
fresh
such a
bagel.
good job. And so I would always get 2 bagels. I get one
No bagel, no bagel,
breakfast
no bagel,
sandwich
no
with
bagel.
egg something, and the second bagel would just be with cream cheese, and maybe get like a savory cream cheese, like an herb,
Ooh,
or
You
a
get
veggie
that
cream
chive,
chive.
and onion. Chive and onion.
I
or
like a
maybe go
veggie cream
sweet with
cheese.
like a honey pecan
Nice.
or honey pecan, whatever you want to call it, cream cheese, which is always good. So
When are you
That
going
would be
to
what I
Outer
do.
Banks?
Next month.
Oh,
the
okay.
end of September for
End
our
of
dad's
September.
birthday.
NY Bagels in Kill Devil Hills is the place I was talking about.
Okay. Might have
That
to make a
sounds
little.
far.
Yeah, it might be a little decent
Deal with
trip
it.
there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, all
we'll
right,
have
yeah.
to-
So
I'll have to-
ESPN 8 bagel sandwiches. Nick, go ahead and why don't you ring them
a
up here?
schmear.
I'm gonna go with LIV Golf Chicago. As you guys know, I do enjoy LIV. I watch
Let's
it.
go.
Live, damn it. Live.
Says live. Part of the reason I like LIV is that it's normally on for a shorter amount of time because everyone's playing at once, right? And you get to see more golfers. But LIV Golf Chicago had an exciting finish. Best part, though, was that my tweet got on TV again for, I believe, the 3rd time this year for a LIV event, which is awesome. Love that it got on for a 3rd time. This last one, LIV Golf Chicago, which was sweet. But there was a 4-way tie for the lead with 3 holes left. And at that time, there was also tie in the team competition as well. This ended up culminating with a 3-way playoff for the individual title between John Rahm, Dean Burmester, and Jose Ballester, who I believe is the guy who took a piss in the Race Creek tributary during the
Yes.
Masters.
Yes.
Is Jose Ballester,
That
who was
fucking
playing.
goon with the upside down riding hat.
Yeah,
That fucking asshole.
yeah. Well,
Sacred waters.
on
damn
the
it.
first playoff hole, Burmester drained his birdie putt. The other guys missed. That gave him the win. It's the 2nd individual LIV Golf title, I believe 2nd this year. So Burmester's been playing pretty well on the tour. But also his Stinger GC, which is the South African team, made up Louis Oosthuizen, Burmester, Brandon Grace, and
It's a
of course
sick
Charles
team.
Schwartzel. They were tied with Torquay, which is the South American team with Joaquin Neiman, Mito Pereira,
Mhm.
Sebastian Munoz, and they just got someone new this year. I forget the. I think mine might be Carlos Ortiz. Yeah. So that's another really good team. But in the team playoff, Stinger wound up winning that after Brandon Grace and Schwartzel. They hit 2 darts right next to the hole on their approaches. It was kind of funny, right? The 2 older guys they're playing against, like because obviously Torquay, those are all younger guys. Younger guys bomb it way further down on the 18th than the 2 older guys, but the 2 older guys stick their approaches, and the other guys, like, they were good shots, but they weren't that.
They weren't
And so
that.
the 2 Torquay went birdie par, whereas Stinger went birdie to win that playoff hole. Give Burmester the double, individual title and a team title, which is pretty sweet. And I believe their next event is in Indianapolis. And then I think there's one more event after that to close out.
There's-
out the
Yeah,
season.
Kamala, are you there for the LIV event in
I might be.
Indianapolis?
Is that when's their Indianapolis event?
It might be this weekend.
No, I'm there
Maybe
the
next weekend?
weekend of the 30th.
I don't have to look
But
that up.
dude, what happened to Brooks?
He has not played well this year.
I caught a little bit of play on Friday when I got down to the lake, and he was leading comfortably, and I was like, oh wow, that's awesome, good for Brooks. Looks like we might see like a strong finish from Brooks here. Fucking nope, my man shot +5 on Saturday. What is good, dude?
probably
Is that guy
hungover.
just? Is that guy
I
just
think he might
lost in
be
the
injured.
woods, cashing checks? Like, is he
I
on that
think he
like
might be
Dustin
injured.
Johnson shit?
Seriously,
I don't
he might
know
be injured because this is
I don't
what
know
he
if
was
he'll ever
playing like when
be
he was injured
on that Dustin Johnson shit.
a couple years ago. This is what he was playing like when he was injured a couple years ago. So I wonder if he is, if there's some nagging injury that we just don't know about, and coupled with him not mentally being there, just having a bad year.
You know,
But yeah,
I
he
mean, I
has
could
not
see,
played
I
well
could see
this
the
year.
injury. I could see the injury thing too. I feel like he's not on the DJ shit because I feel like he's too big of a competitor to do that. DJ just wants to chill and have himself time, which
Dude,
I respect.
you know who had an awesome day or an awesome weekend for LIV that was super fun to watch? I saw him play a couple holes. Was my man HV3, Harold Varner
Yeah.
III, man.
Final round shot real
Yeah.
low.
How big was the chaw in his lip?
You could have rested a beer can on it. Dude, was it him that when we were at the Lowe's Island event up at Trump in DC, I think it was HV3, like we got a glimpse into one of their bags and it was just like a whole pocket of dip tins. I think it was him. I can't remember who it was,
that
but
the LIV event that he won?
Yes,
we
he was winning that one. I'm pretty sure he won that.
Yeah, but in Sterling that we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I was with you at that point when you saw into his bag, but yeah, he wound up winning that event.
Yeah, I think you were down by the green on that par 3, and I stayed on the tee box because I was texting my mom and I was like, Tess and I are going to be on TV. The leader is coming onto this par 3 tee box right now, and it's over water. They're going to want this guy on TV. Yeah, that was fucking cool. But yeah, he had a good weekend. It's always cool to see HV3 do well. I really like him.
I have
USA, baby.
Yeah, he's from the USA. Where's
East Carolina, ECU.
Wait, is he really?
He's a Pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Arrgh.
Go Pirates.
Steve the Pirate. Arrgh.
Yeah, by the way, LIV plays this coming weekend in Indianapolis. Next weekend is their final in Michigan.
What course are they playing in Indianapolis?
Brickyard.
Yeah, there is a golf course inside the racetrack.
We're trying to play it when we go.
Yeah.
Me, Tess, mom, and dad are trying to play that when we go because my cousin's getting married in Indianapolis. And Dad wants to play golf in every state. And so I'm trying to convince him, like, we might as well make it memorable, like shell out $220 per person and let's play brick.
They're playing at the club at Chatham Hills.
Okay. No, I've heard of that one too. That's a cool one.
And then they'll play their final thing, the team championship in Michigan, is at the Cardinal at St. John's, which I think I read is like a brand new course.
Sounds religious.
That's pretty cool.
The Cardinal at St. John's? Like,
where
Cardinal as in...
Well, the Pope is American, so anything is possible. Right, anything else?
I actually, Nick, you would know this. I have a LIV question. Like, I feel like you've been a much more like heavy LIV watcher than me. What was that?
LIV.
Because the way you guys went, it looked like you were high-fiving like between the... No, I said go the other way. Go the other way with it. Stay out of my peripherals. Does LIV like take cards away from people? And what's their process for replacing them? Just like, let's find another hot shot golfer?
They have like a essentially like a Q school type of thing.
Oh, they do?
And so it's, I forget what the cutoff is. It's like they said it's they were talking about this weekend, the safe zone. All right. And I think it's like the top 24 are safe. And then outside of that, I think there's a certain level where you have to like qualify for points and stuff. And then you can, they have like a relegation, essentially relegation, I think is what they call it, where you get relegated to like that Q school and the top 3 people from the Q school get moved up.
Okay.
Type of thing. They've been playing with it a little bit, changing it slightly, but yeah, they have that where it's...
What's their process for taking cards away from people?
So, if you are a captain, you can't have yours taken away, I believe. So, like if Henrik Stenson, right, that Majestic team is Henrik Stenson, Lee Westwood, Ian Poulter, and Sam Horsfield. Those 3 guys are captains. I think when you're a captain, you own equity in the team, right? So that's why they can't demote you. So like if Bubba Watson can't get relegated, right? But the other guys essentially can. And yeah, you just like there's some guys who are out there now on other tours. I think Eugenio Chikara was a LIV guy. He's no longer there. He's playing on, I think, the DP World Tour or something. I saw him out there. So like, yeah, you lose your card or your status on a team. You become a free agent too, because I think that's part of it too, is the bottom people are gone. The other people kind of go into like a free agent pool where like I was on Phil's team this year. Well, now I'm a free agent and Brooks can reach out to me and be like, hey, come join my team.
Have we heard of anyone that's been dropped from LIV and become one of these free agents possibly get their tour card back?
No, because the PGA Tour issued like those sanctions. But I'm telling you, Chikara, I believe, plays on the DP World Tour. I have to.
Is that the guy who's the guy that we saw fly in like overnight from Asia to fill in at the DC event? Do you remember him?
He's another guy who
He was like a last minute replacement, like legitimately very
Scott
last
Vincent.
minute. Yes.
Yeah, and Scott and Kieran Vincent are, I believe, there might be Zimbabwean or South African. Those are guys. One of them, I think, lost his. He was on Rahm's team last year and lost his. So, yeah, Eugenio Chikara plays on the European Tour now. So
okay.
he was on Fireballs with Sergio, and then
Fireball.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
So he earned European Tour status when he won the Hero Indian Open on a sponsor's invite this March and left and is not on LIV.
Okay.
And is on the European Tour. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's one or two other guys. John Catlin was a fill-in guy. He's an American, like, journeyman who's played all over the world. He was a fill-in guy for LIV earlier this year. He's on the European Tour. He was playing in the thing I was watching over this past weekend as well in Aberdeen, Scotland.
Go Aberdeen.
But
From North Kiltown.
I'm from North Kiltown. But yeah, so there's a pathway. It's just the PGA Tour essentially is giving you a middle finger. But if you don't care, you can go play on the Asian Tour, the European Tour. You can rack up points that way. You can qualify for majors that way. You're basically like good.
I feel like they have to be like softening on this a little bit though, and
they definitely
like
are.
you guys probably remember, like it has to have been like a month or so ago back when I was saying that like my thing to watch for was the duels that LIV was doing with their pro players and the YouTube golf creators. Well, following that, one of the popular YouTube golfers, Wesley Bryan, I'm sure you guys probably noticed this, he is like a part-time PGA player. Like he qualifies for some events and gets sponsors exemptions for some events. Well, after participating in the duels, the PGA suspended him indefinitely. And he did his thing. He like apologized, whatever, so this is for the good of our YouTube channel. It's for the good of the game. We're just trying to grow golf the best way we can, blah, 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 blah. Missed out on a couple of events, but then eventually got to go play in like one of those like lesser. It was like a Barracuda type event where there's a bigger PGA event going on, but if you don't qualify for that, then you go and you play like the lesser event, right? Kind of like what happens opposite of the Arnie. And he eventually like got reinstated and got to go play in that. So I feel like they're like quietly softening, and I don't know, but I've given up all hopes of everything that's this reunification of golf. It is what it is at this point. The two things are just going to be separate entities. You don't have to pick a side, just if you like golf, watch golf.
Well, I mean, initially, right, the whole thing with Phil and a lot of people on LIV was like, well, I just want to play a different event, but I still want to do almost all of the PGA events.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have the ability to choose, like, hey, I'd rather play in Spain this weekend, as opposed to playing in Minnesota. Right. And that was a lot of it. I mean, and I know a lot of it was also monetary and like trying to get leverage the PGA Tour. Basically, they got into that pissing and shitting contest. But yeah, I mean, at some point, maybe it gets to what the original goal for some of those guys was like, I get to pick and choose where I want to play. Hey, the Players Championships this weekend, I'm playing that. Or I want to play.
Yeah.
At Riviera this weekend as opposed to playing an event in Mexico, right? Or vice versa, right? To give that choice. But I don't know. You're right. It is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for our three strikes. We're going to move on to our favorites this week, which is brought to you as always by, thank you, hee-ha, by One Legacy Title and Escrow in Jacksonville, Florida. Follow them on Instagram at One Legacy Florida and visit them at onelegacyflorida.com to see how they can help you with your next house closing. One Legacy Title and Escrow, because your legacy matters. And this week we went with our favorite sports movies of all time.
Yeah.
Kind of an homage to the successful release of Happy Gilmore 2 a few weeks ago. Who would like to start us off?
I'll go. I'll go. All right, 2 honorable mentions. I'm gonna go. The first honorable mention.
Whoa, honorable mention. I thought that was gonna be a top 3.
No, I put a lot of thought into this. Moneyball, honorable mention.
Bullshit movie.
Shut up. You don't know, and David Justice doesn't know. No one knows.
Did you see that clip, Nick?
No.
David Justice was
talking about Zito and Mulder and Hudson and Miguel Tejada and Eric Chavez.
He said
were
there
all
isn't
not
a
in the
scene
movie.
in that movie that's accurate. I sent it to Stevie and I was like, man, Justice doesn't fucking know ball, bro.
I said he knows all the ball.
So I'm gonna go Moneyball, honorable mention, just because I think there's obviously better sports movies out there, but I do think Moneyball offers a unique insight into how some of the smaller market, smaller budget teams operate behind the scenes. I don't think it's obviously, and I mean, I'll give David Justice his props. I'm sure there's obviously some Hollywoodization to it, maybe some minor embellishments, but I think it offers a unique insight. My second honorable mention, I'm going to go with Happy Gilmore. I think Happy Gilmore had the first one. Okay, I'm going to go Happy Gilmore 1, but I think the first Happy Gilmore is to golf for what Rocky is to boxing. I think that Happy Gilmore grew golf in such a way that I don't really think it's quantifiable. I think it showed that golf is a sport that can be played by anyone and it's for anyone. And I mean, we've all been out there with people that are just absolute hacks. I mean, present company not excluded. But it's fun, right? And I think that's really the essence of why we play sports recreationally, is because it's fun. So I do got to give Happy Gilmore its props there. Number 5. This is a big one. Probably my favorite basketball movie of all time. I'm going to go with Coach Carter.
I can say Hoop Dreams.
No, because Hoop Dreams is a documentary.
That counts? You could have went with all documentaries.
I didn't count documentaries. I thought maybe we could save documentaries for another time, because I do enjoy watching.
I agree with that.
What?
Yeah, Richmond.
What? No,
Richmond, California.
No, so I went with Coach Carter. I really think that's a great movie. I think
Channing Tatum, right?
Yeah, Channing Tatum's in there.
And Spanish from Old School.
Hell yeah! I mean, you got to hit this. But yeah, love Coach Carter, man. Coach Carter's a great movie, and I think that's a movie that we've watched so many times. I mean, how many times have any of us been on a basketball team where you have a coach who either doesn't feel like teaching you how to run a play or doesn't feel like drawing a play up, and so what was sprints like right to the baseline?
That's not Donovan McNabb.
Put your parking brake on. But yeah, so Coach Carter Coach Carter in the 5-hole. Number 4, second best hockey movie of all time. I'm going to go with Goon. Give me Goon. I thought that movie it's so good, and I think that it's a brilliant homage to kind of a dying position in hockey, and that's your goon, your enforcer, right? It's very seldom that people get picked that aren't like the stature of a Rempe type or a Ryan Reeves, right? The goon is a dying breed in hockey, and I think that movie does a great job, and it's so entertaining, dude. That movie is so quotable. I feel like that's a low key one of the movies that I think we quote a lot. Stevie, you especially.
It's one of the most underrated sports movies.
Yes,
by far.
That movie quietly came out, I think, while we were in high school.
No, we were in college.
Were we?
Yeah.
When was Goon?
Let's put our guy on it. Let's look that up real quick.
I believe.
But that movie was fantastic, dude, and I love it. And it's not only does it show
2011, I was still in high school.
Boom. Okay. So not only does that movie show like the value that a goon brings to a hockey team, but it also shows the grind of trying to climb your way up through the minor league hockey system, right? And how you got to earn your spot.
Great hockey play.
Yes. The play, the actual sports play in that movie is bar none.
It's pretty damn good.
Yes. Number 3, I'm going to go Bull Durham. Better baseball movie than Moneyball. I'm going to go Bull Durham in the 3-hole. That movie's awesome. That's another one that I feel like I have been quoting a lot of Bull Durham lately. I've been throwing Bull Durham quotes out there. Any sport movie that Costner does is gold.
Yes.
Like the take, hate the take. I think it's an accurate take. Any sports movie that Costner does is an amazing movie.
I was close to having my entire list just Kevin Costner.
Costner.
It was a
I
struggle.
had to adjust.
It was a struggle. I was trying to find space for Field of Dreams.
I'm not the biggest Field of Dreams guy.
Field of Dreams hits differently now that James Earl Jones is dead. It hits differently now.
Okay.
Well, the one that I think is the most underrated from
Draft
him
Day?
is For Love of the Game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good
Is
one.
that where he's on the Tigers?
Yeah, and he pitches a perfect game in Yankee Stadium, and John C. Reilly's the catcher.
Whoa!
don't think I ever saw that one.
Spoilers! I want to go in
Spoiler
fresh.
alerts. I like to go on fresh.
It's 30 years old.
Might be
So
that.
Still. Number
Still.
two, I'm going to go with the best hockey movie. I'm going to go Miracle. Come on, Eb.
Come on, Ed.
I mean, that movie, I remember
Eb.
I remember seeing that movie in theaters. Another great hockey movie that I think has good hockey play. Not as good as Goon, but I think the hockey play for the time that movie came out was really good.
They got legit. I believe they had
Players and
legitimate
taught them how to
players.
act. Yeah.
Yes. But I don't think the movie is really dominated by it. And I also think that movie kind of suffers because of like the year that it came out. I think that movie came out just a few years too early. If that movie
Was
had
it
come
for
out,
the 20th anniversary? Is that what it was?
probably, yeah, 2000,
think so.
2004,
5.
2002.
2000.
Or
would have been
2000, yeah.
Yeah.
1980 is when they won. Your Jabroni.
Well, I
I think
remember
it came-
I
it
remember
came
going
out-
to
it
see
came
it.
out
I
a
remember
little
going to
after
see that movie at
2000.
Regal Cinemas, and that movie was
I want to say
awesome.
2004.
That movie was absolutely incredible. And then number 1, this movie,
2004.
I've been spamming a clip from this movie pretty regularly. It's Tin Cup.
Can I guess it?
Sorry, it's Tin
I
Cup.
was gonna guess Tin
Because
Cup,
I have been, before every round of golf, I have been watching what is a golf swing by Roy McAvoy? I have been, dude, because like it's insane how accurate that his poem is, right?
Yes.
That poem, like, I get.
Well, it's
I
the
get
other
chills.
way.
Because,
Grip it and rip it.
So yeah. I mean, when all else fails, but like, so it was one of those hot days, like 2 weeks ago. I had decided, you know what, I'm going to the driving range. I need to go to the driving range. I had called out of work. That was when it was when Kevin was having his thing, and I called off work the next day. So I was like, he was home. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop at the driving range. So I stopped at the driving range. Immediately, halfway through a bucket, I'm just sweat through all my clothes, and I was like, man, I need to figure out, why am I slicing everything? Everything is either getting pushed out or just fading away from me. I need to figure this out. Just like a fever dream. It was like I could hear Roy McAvoy in my ear. Like, the club is led into position, not by the hands, but by the body. And I was like, whoa. And so I just started like just pretty much locking my arms and just moving my chest. And I was like, holy shit, this is great. So
Perfection is unattainable.
yeah, a little nod to the gods. And that's what I've been listening to before every round of golf. So yeah, number 1, Tin Cup. It's my favorite movie right now. Talk to me in 6 months and it could be different, but right now that's bar none my favorite sports movie at the moment. I'll hang up and listen.
Good list. All right, I'll go. Thank you.
Unnecessary. A laser in there, please. If you're gonna do anything.
All right, go on,
Do love
Stevie.
the
I'll find the
laser.
laser.
All right, I have 2 honorable mentions as well. My first honorable mention. Thank you. Pepper that one in. I feel like this is a movie that gets kind of lost in the shuffle, but is fantastic. The Replacements. Keanu, Gene Hackman, Jon Favreau.
What's the quote at the end?
Pain is
Pain
temporary. Pain is
heals, chicks
I think-
dig scars, and
I think
glory
it's
lasts
pain is
forever.
temporary. Yeah, pain is temporary. Chicks dig scars, and glory lasts forever. I believe is what the quote is. But yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, it is.
That's a very underrated movie.
Shane Falco.
Shane Falco. It's very fun. I'm a fan of that movie. But by the way, my list is based on rewatchability, quotability, and level of sports play in the actual movie. My other honorable mention, Kamala, you mentioned this before, Goon. I'm pretty sure I watch Goon every single year. Anytime when hockey playoffs come around, Goon is my go-to. I absolutely love it. It's so quotable, so fun. Moving on, number 5, Dodgeball.
Ooh, yeah, good one.
Good.
I mean, how quotable is Dodgeball? We just talked about ESPN 8 The Ocho. They literally made an entire like
Pepper needs new shorts.
it's so good. Every part of that that's a movie that gets better with age.
Yes.
Right? The more you watch, the more
so
you find stuff from it. It's so good. Number 4, going back to a more serious movie, Miracle. Come on, Ab.
Come on, Eb. Nobody's quitting here.
Brewers on the leg is a hell of a long way from the heart.
Candy ass.
Candy ass. That'll get him going. Miracle is, I don't know, probably the best hockey movie ever.
Yes.
And it's just such a feel good, prideful American moment that it has to go on the list.
Yeah.
And I watch that one every year as well. Number 3, Tin Cup. I don't know.
Fucking around and get it over then.
There's a Waffle House just like this one back in Odessa. I've been dreaming about waffles for 16 hours now.
I think it's not in Odessa. I'm from Odessa. It's not in Odessa.
It's in Midland. Which leads me to my next one that does take place in Odessa. Friday Night Lights, best football movie ever made. It is, in my opinion, it's not even a question of the best football movie. Get you one of these, boys. Get you one of these. All right? Get you one of these. The behind the scenes look of what Texas high school football is. I absolutely love that movie. I think the football play in that movie is better than anything else, any other movie besides maybe The Longest Yard, because it actually had NFL players in it.
Yeah.
But it's such a unique look, and it's pretty realistic to what the story is. I know there are tweaks and things that happen, but as far as based on a true story goes, I think that was one of the best ones.
You
And
are
then-
a sucker for Friday Night Lights.
I do. I watch that every year. Every year before football season starts, I watch Friday Night Lights. And number 1, the jersey Nick is wearing, Bull Durham, best baseball movie. It's I believe John Madden, the coach of the Angels, or Joe Madden. I mean, the coach of the Angels.
Into Brett Favre to the boom.
Joe Madden, the
was
coach of the Angels, at one point
He had a great wedding. Brett Favre.
Joe Madden said that was the most accurate movie as far as minor league baseball goes. It was spot on.
Why does he keep calling me meat? I'm the one with the Porsche.
Again, Kevin Costner can do no wrong.
Yeah, he can't.
In these in these sports movies.
You think
He's
I
so
fucking
good.
peaked?
Think I fucking peaked. His note he writes says, "Let's make love."
I give you a gift and you show up my picture. Run, dummy.
Run, dummy.
I love that movie. That movie's so
It's
good.
such a good movie. Yeah, I'll hang up and listen now.
All right. As you two did, I have 2 honorable mentions. First one is Rocky 4,
Yep,
specifically Rocky 4,
I thought about it.
because
Yeah.
even though theatrically and cinematically it is not as good as Rockies 1 and 2, Rocky 4 though is the best. The
It's
whole
by far
Ivan
the best.
Drago, the whole
Yeah.
him training in the snow,
Rock, flag, and
in
eagle, baby.
Siberia.
Who's the most underrated actor of all time?
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren.
Why?
Because
of his good looks and his big muscles.
Yeah.
And
The world got introduced to Dolph Lundgren from that movie. That movie's awesome. Another honorable mention is Happy Gilmore 1. Like Kamlo said, and kind of alluded to, a lot of people got into golf because of that movie. And you could argue all of us took up any interest in golf because of that movie.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I would agree.
Right. And so that's kind of amazing that they were able to accomplish it from such a kind of ridiculous premise and all that stuff. Like, it's iconic. I mean, Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin, like, he's actually incredibly accomplished, serious actor. Like, done on stage work, been in a lot of other movies, but that's the role he's known for, is Shooter. Right. It's something that he never really, like, is not a comedic actor for. Right. But he did that. He is that movie, basically. He's so good in that movie that, yeah, we got into golf because of that. Number 5, I'm surprised this wasn't on anyone's list, is Major League.
I thought the list is just too short.
You may run like Mace, but you hit like shit. And then
My issue, my
on the contract.
Yeah.
My contract says
I don't have to do any calisthenics. I don't have to do anything. What do you think about that?
Pisses in the middle of everyone.
My only issue with that movie is that Charlie Sheen's the only one that looks like he's touched a baseball before.
Yeah.
And I guess Bull Durham's kind of similar with Costner, but that's my only issue with Major League.
What? Serrano, when he rips on, he looks like he kind of Dennis Haysbert, swing the bat. And I mean, I get what you're saying. Tom Berenger, you didn't think?
No.
No. That movie's great, though.
It's a great movie.
Rene Russo, awesome in that movie as well.
Well, you have two Rene. I'm assuming you have two Rene Russo.
Probably. But yeah, I do. Strike this motherfucker out.
That's a great line. That's a great line.
Major League is great. Number 4 is Caddyshack. I'm kind of surprised that didn't get on anyone's list. Talk about quotability.
My dad's favorite movie.
Yeah, that's on our dad's list.
Mm-hmm.
That is a dad's list.
Is iconic in the annals of sports movies. You could argue that kind of created and allowed
best.
I mean, it allowed other movies, I think, to be made. It allowed these like funny sport, a Major League, a Happy Gilmore. Like, without the success of Caddyshack, especially its cult success, right? You may not have gotten those other
the amount
movies.
of cocaine on that set had to be just
so much of, like, every
alone.
Bill Murray line is improvised, I believe, is what they said.
Love it.
By the way, there's only one scene with Bill Murray and Chevy Chase because they fucking hated each other.
Yeah, I could see that.
So there's only one
Cannonball here.
Oh, we got a lake and a pool. Lake would be good for you. Or pond or whatever it is. Pond.
You'll get nothing and like it.
Last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a hook in it.
No, I know what tigers eat their young. And Rodney Dangerfield is so, we're all gonna get laid. Yeah. He's so good in that movie.
Any way you want it, that's the way.
But it looks good on you.
Good on you.
$100 says you slice it into the woods. There's no betting at Bushwoods, and I never slice.
The priest playing
Pay me later.
The good Lord wouldn't interrupt the greatest round of my life.
He's hitting like Tiger Woods miracle putts.
I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for quite some time.
That is a good movie.
Why do I call the golfers?
The golfers.
No, that movie, it is iconic on so many levels. So that's number 4. Number 3 is Miracle, as we all had on our list. It kind of gets knocked because the story makes it, like, it almost wouldn't matter what they did in that movie because the story about the 1980 U.S. hockey team is so incredible, right? It's the greatest upset in the history of sports, arguably, right? What they did. But they did such a great job in that movie of not only not disrespecting what happened, but almost elevating it in a lot of ways.
Feed the wolf, gentlemen.
Yeah. Who do you play for?
United States
of America.
United States of America.
Yeah. No, that movie's awesome.
That'll be all, gentlemen.
Yeah. Kurt Russell, fantastic.
He's so good.
So good as
I do wish there's a little bit of, like, because it's Disney and it had to be like Disney-fied a little bit. I wish they were
Turned him
able to
loose.
get the actual speech where he's just dropping F-bombs left and right.
Is that somewhere where you could find the speech? Who had?
No, I don't think so. But
How do you know he was dropping F-bombs?
Because
Players
Kurt
have come
Russell
out and
said it.
said,
And Kurt Russell said it when they were talking to him about it, and he was like, "Oh, he's like the actual speech is like loaded."
there used to
with
be
F-bombs.
I don't know if it still exists or not, but there used to be a website that was all like Herb Brooks quotes, and some of them would make a sailor blush. You guys are letting these assholes bend you over barrel without Vaseline.
No, yeah, Miracle. You want to sob while you're wasted drunk at 2 a.m? Go put Miracle on, and that'll do it.
Mhm.
I mean, I watched it during the Four Nations because I was like, "Let's
Flag and
let's
Eagle,
get me
baby.
back in Rock
Yep.
Flag and the Eagle."
Yep, awesome. Number 2 is Tin Cup. I'm actually sad that I didn't find out about this movie until so late in life.
Yeah,
like I
agree.
was in mid-s at least, and I was like, "What's this movie? Let me watch." Kevin Costner, Rene Russo. All right, I'm in.
Yeah.
I was like,
Cheech?
Cheech. Like, where has this been my whole life?
Shout out, Kevin.
What a great movie. Arguably the best golf movie, because a lot of like what you said, Kama, like the speech he gives, like the poem, it is so like accurate, right?
Mhm.
And like so much of the mindset of it too, and the whole story as it, obviously dramatized and stuff, but it's like it makes you feel golf. Like it makes you want to go out and play golf. It makes you think that you can,
Illusions of grandeur.
attain the perfection that is unattainable, but you
Yes.
can't. And that's like that kind of like the lesson of that movie.
I
Rene
hit my
Russo
7
was
like
great.
daily hits his 3.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Still going.
But Don Johnson, great as the heel in
Mhm.
that movie. The end where he's just dropping 11, hitting 12,
Yeah.
and it's just
Jim
awesome.
Nance.
They're
Jim
gonna
Nance is
remember
Nance
it
is
great.
in that
12.
movie.
Yep, but yeah, Tin
Chili
Cup,
dip the wedge.
fan the 5, chunk
There
the
is-
6.
There's old Mr. Three Wiggle, isn't there?
Well, yeah,
Going for the
par the
course
back 9
record.
with just a 7-iron.
Hell, Roy.
Boy, it never occurred to me to try.
No, Molly, I got this.
Yep, that great movie, Tin Cup. And then number 1 is Bull Durham. Obviously, wearing my Crash Davis jersey. Like you said, boy, if coming from many people who have played the game at the highest level, they felt that it exemplified their experience going through the minors more than anything else that could have happened. And the whole story is great.
We're
Kevin
dealing with a
Costner
lot
is
of
fantastic. Nuke LaLoosh, Tim Robbins, great. Susan
We need a
Sarandon.
rain out. I can get us a rain out.
Did you know? I believe Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon started dating from that
Did they
movie.
really?
And I don't know if they're still together. Like they never got. I don't think they got married, but they dated at least for a really long time. From that movie, but
Did not
yeah,
know
his whole speech about, well, what do you believe in?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I believe that Lee Harvey Oswald
That's
acted
one,
level,
actually.
which is great because then he Costner as JFK like a few years later. But
Talking
the
about
whole
the magic bullet.
the whole thing hitting
The exact
bull.
opposite.
Holy shit, he hit the fucking bull.
Fastball.
Did you just you cocksucker? That's a cocksucking call. He must have called him a cocksucker. They're doing the whole mound visit. Like, go out. He tells the assistant coach, go out there and check. Dealing with a lot of shit out here. Is that
No
live
one
chicken?
knows what to
Candlesticks,
get
make a
Mila
nice
for their
gift.
wedding. Candlesticks. Find out where she's registered. You're in a nice place sitting. All right, let's turn 2.
So good. But
The
yeah,
lollygagging speech.
lollygag around the infield.
We, by the way, we
lollygag in and out of the dugout. What does that make you?
lollygaggers.
Lollygaggers.
We have our high school coach said this speech to us, and I was dying because I was like, "No way, he just fucking did this."
You were
And
probably the
so
only one who knew.
we have named. By the way, we have our old Loudoun County High School fantasy football team. We've named the group Lucero, who's the head coach. Lucero's Lollygagging Legion. It's the
Yeah.
name of the group.
That's
Brilliant.
accurate too from that group.
Brilliant.
Their kids.
They're all
scare 'em.
lollygagged.
Yeah, that
How
movie.
the hell did we ever win 6?
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, no, that movie is so good on so many levels. Did you hit me with your throwing hand?
You'd never punch a drunk with their throwing hand.
That might be the biggest lesson from that whole movie.
Mhm.
Is that
use your non-throwing hand.
Yeah, use your catching.
Just trying to take it
Trump.
one game at a time, and good Lord
I've
willing,
always sets all of them in the first
right in a row.
10 seconds.
Well, it's perfect because Nuke. There's no way that character could like remember like
Remember it,
internalize it, like put it sparingly throughout the interview. Now, yeah, Bull Durham, number one best sports movie of all time. A lot we had to. You're right. A lot we had to leave off. Remember the Titans didn't get on anyone's list. I love that.
And our high school was mentioned in it, not for the right reasons, mind you.
You take this football and you run every last one of them. You kill them, Petey.
And we do, like, I always remember what a mile is from that movie,
Yes.
5,280 feet.
Louis Elastic.
I mean, there's some great stuff. It's just so Disney-fied. Is that I couldn't put it in there.
Yeah. I told you, a substitute teacher that used to come work at our school went to T.C. Williams, was a year or two younger than the guys in that. So he was on the team with them. Not that year, I think he said, or actually it might have been that year. But right after it. So he knew Julius and Gary Bertier and what's the D coordinator who was the head coach? Yost. He said Yost offered him a coaching job after he left high school to come back and coach with them at TCU.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, he said Julius couldn't spell cat if he spotted him a C and an A.
Damn.
Such a great quote.
I started laughing when he said, I was like, oh my God. But then he's like, you talk about Disney-fied. He's like, yeah, Gary Bertier, like the whole Gary Bertier thing, like he gets in the car crash before. He's like, no, he played in that championship game. He got in the crash over the offseason when he was wasted drunk and he wrapped his car around a pole like a block or two from his house. And that's what paralyzed him.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't put it. That's why I couldn't put this on there because I knew.
But I mean, that's just depressing, you know.
Yeah, but they beat the shit out of every team they played because there were like multiple All-Americans on this team, not just like all-state players.
Yeah,
All-Americans.
Bertier was a legitimate All-American. Yeah, they were loaded, they were stacked, all that stuff.
And it was like Ryan Gosling's a liability at corner. Gotta get him out there. The football play in that movie is not good. I love Denzel. He's one of my favorite actors of all time, and he's great. But I couldn't. Yes, but I couldn't put that movie.
It was up there. But then, yeah, I missed
Talladega Nights is one we missed.
Yeah.
Waterboy.
The Fighter.
Waterboy.
The Fighter.
Warrior.
You want to spy with
Ferrari.
I know you love Warrior.
Warrior's a good one.
Warrior. Ford versus Ferrari.
And still we're gonna miss some, right?
Yeah.
It's an impossible task, but
when you start thinking about it, because you're like, sports movies, like, what are they? You start going through, like,
Slapshot, the New Kids on the Block movie.
Slapshot, I heard Slapshot from our mom.
Slapshot is so fucking good.
Yeah, she said we have to watch it
Paul
because
Newman
that would be on her list.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen Slapshot.
Yes, we have.
Watched
it as a family. I have not watched it with them.
Okay.
In the room.
We need to move on because there's so many quotes that I can't use because we're recording and we're live. But yeah, there's some great quotes.
Well, I do want to watch it. The Hanson brothers, is that what they were? The Goons?
Yes.
Yep. No, that is a great movie. But yeah, there's a lot that we missed, but I think we did a good job of covering the bases figuratively and literally. I mean, more boxing movies, right? I haven't seen all but Raging Bull is always.
I've seen Raging Bull. Too artsy.
Yeah, I mean,
too artsy.
But boxing movies are always great because it's that conflict of like man versus man, and
Rocky IV is by far the best one.
Agreed.
We Are Marshall.
Right.
We Are Marshall. Yeah. West Virginia is.
All right, sorry. I'll stop naming movies. You keep trying to segue us, and we keep naming movies.
Well, yeah, we've been on the air for quite a bit of time, but I guess who cares because we're not owned by anyone yet. Thank you for that. All right, moving on to our final segment. It's our What to Look For segment. We're sponsored as always by VB Cookie Co. Looking for the perfect way to stand out at the next event you're hosting? Well, custom cookies are a timeless way to have everyone still buzzing even after they leave. Look no further for your cookie needs than VB Cookie Co. Follow them on Instagram at VBCookieCo and message them to order yours today. Whether it is a bridal shower, birthday, engagement, or baby shower, their team will work with you to make all your cookie dreams come true. VB Cookie Co. for the sweetest moments. Who would like to give us something to look for this weekend and week?
BMW Championship taking place in Maryland.
Which you'll be there, right?
It's up in the air right now, but I'm still trying to make it happen because I want to go so badly. But it's up in
Might
the
have a
air.
reporter in the field there.
Yeah,
Right,
I don't want
boy.
to go alone.
About college women's soccer opener
Ooh.
on Thursday, West Virginia versus UVA.
No, I like that. UVA, I think, what?
Let's
like
put some
18,
stakes
19,
on it, boys.
something like that they were
I think
preseason
it's
ranked.
prime
Circle 'em
time
up.
on ESPN Plus.
Is it really? Is WVU
7 o'clock,
preseason ranked?
I don't think we're preseason ranked, but our women's team is typically very good. We usually have a Canadian pipeline.
Let's get them chopping.
Like that.
Yeah,
That-
get them chopping. That's care to make some wagers. I believe
Gambling is illegal.
It's
at
in
Bushwood, so-
Morgantown.
And
I believe it's in Morgantown.
Okay. Love it.
Gonna get
That's a
laid.
good poll.
Yeah. So I do have a couple the semifinals and finals of the Cincinnati Open, the tennis tournament. Talked about it before. It is one of the biggest tournaments of the year. It's the big hardcourt tune-up before the U.S. Open in Queens in a few weeks. So that'll end, I think, officially on Monday. But this weekend, semifinals and finals of that for both men's and women's. And then the Premier League, LIV kicks
damn it.
off this coming weekend for their 25-26 campaign. Defending champion
Jesus.
Liverpool will take on Bournemouth on Friday.
What do they
And
get? Like
then
3
on
weeks off?
Sunday, what?
I
Yeah.
feel like their season just ended. Jesus
I know.
Christ.
Then Arsenal will travel to Old Trafford to take on Manchester United on Sunday.
Ooh, love that.
Those are the couple big matchups there. But Conway, you're right. I mean, it's been a point by these players. I think for some of these guys, because of the events that have happened in the last 2 years, they've played more matches than anyone ever has in the history of organized.
Yeah, and they have World Cup
soccer.
coming up soon.
Yes, it's crazy. It is a little much.
Yeah.
It's I know it's the global game and the beautiful game and all this stuff. And when you talk about physicality wise,
Yeah.
you're not
Like-
taking the physical pounding head to head like a American football, but you're still taking the pounding on your body because you're
Yes.
running so much for such a long period of
Fucking
time.
let it breathe.
Yeah. Yeah, a little much, but the Premier League does start. I think the championships started the tier below it started last weekend.
Nice.
But the Premier
Go
League
Wrexham.
starts this coming weekend.
Cool.
Anything else before we end this debacle?
The Brewers, by the way, shellacking the Pirates. Skeens is pitching and multiple home runs off of Skeens.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Yelich hit another bomb. Terang hit a bomb. Andrew Vaughn hit a bomb. Literally
All
every
the
person
guys
we
you brought up.
Did
every
Sal?
person we.
Did Sal take him deep?
I think Sal did actually.
For everyone. Yeah,
Wow.
but I will say a thing
They're
about
up 14-0 right now.
Jeez, Lou. Skeens, I did see a stat though. It was like lowest ERAs ever through X career number starts ever he's through, and he's on a list. And the other 5 people on the list, no one threw a pitch after 1911.
Jesus.
Yes,
on
fucking
list.
stupid.
It's him and then these guys who pitched when it was just a dead ball that you're just throwing up there. Right. So that's kind of amazing. Kind of to our point, the way they play, who else would have gotten to Skeens? No one. Literally no one has.
Literally no one in his entire career has gotten
in
to
a
him.
year and a half has
And I think
gotten
he
to
gave
him,
up 4 tonight.
which is not that much, but for him that's
For
Yeah.
him, it's
You're
I don't think he
playing,
made it to the 5th.
the garbage Pirates.
Yeah.
Now, anything else before we end this?
Put a bow on it.
That's going to do it for us here at What Caught My Eye, or WCME Sports. Remember to follow us on all of our socials. That's on X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat, and Threads at WCME_sports. Our shows drop every Wednesday at noon on Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio, and are available to stream live on Twitch. I believe archived on Twitch as well, right, Kamlo?
Well, the first 2 weren't. This one will be.
Okay.
I finally got it all figured out.
That information can be found on our website, WCMEsports.com. For the boy Stephen Vesci and the man Stephen Comlo, I am the coach Nick Vesci, reminding you to be decent to each other, have a good one, and we will see you next time. Take care, Guatemala.
Never.